Before we start, I want you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to our channel! Basketball can get aggressive, but I bet you know that that's not the only activity the players get injured from. There are some notable accidents and incidents where your favorite NBA players nearly escaped death. Here are the NBA players who almost died. Number 8. LaMelo Ball.
Oh my goodness! Didn't see that coming! Yeah.
When LaMelo was 4 years old, his dad took him to his gym where he sat in the corner playing ball. Suddenly, he heard arguing and wanted to see what was happening. Two men were fighting, and suddenly the other one left, and when he came back, he had a gun in his hand and was shooting at the gym insanely. He was petrified and couldn't move until his father carried him away. Number 7. Paul Pierce.
The deadly strike right here, it pierced my diaphragm, pierced my lung. It just pinched the two and stopped short of my heart.
Paul Pierce went to a club for a night out with his boys. He saw a girl there and started talking to her, and it seemed like they were hitting it off pretty well until trouble showed up in the form of a jealous boyfriend. He was so mad at him that he started beating him up with a bunch of his friends. He lastly stabbed him in the stomach and smashed a beer bottle in Pierce's face. Number 6. Damian Lillard.
I mean, before the game, Coach, he came in the locker room and he said, when we go out there and play, Kobe is probably the toughest competitor to ever play this game, so.
Back in high school, Damian was waiting at a bus stop when some guys showed up asking for his bag. He was confident and thought he could fight them off. Although still a kid, he was already 6 feet tall. The fight went on until one of them pulled out a gun, and Damian really thought that he was going to die, so he dropped everything. The guy picked up his bag and ran away. Number 5. Karl Anthony Towns.
5% a chance of making it out alive. I hit the 5% mark. I'll say 4% was to be seriously injured.
Back in his early days, Karl Anthony Towns was traveling to New York with his team trainer when an unfortunate accident met them. They were hit by a truck that sent them crashing. Although there were no major injuries other than a concussion to either person, according to Karl Anthony, it was a pretty traumatizing experience. He expressed his blessings and said he was lucky to survive that.
Percent was to be minorly injured, and I came out in the 1%, so it's not bad.
Number 4. Chris Bosh.
Got it! Chris Bosh to the rescue!
In 2014, Chris Bosh faced a hard life. His health issues plunged him away from the championship and into the hospital. First, he didn't even know what was wrong with him, and then suddenly the doctors came up with the most terrifying news, saying that the next hours were very crucial to his life due to a blood clot. He was really scared and thought that he wouldn't make it, but he did.
Bosh for the tie. Got it!
Number 3. Rudy Tomjanovich.
I also want to thank Calvin and Akeem for once again standing by my side.
Back in 1977, in a game of Rockets versus Lakers, something terrible happened. A fight broke out between the two teams. Rudy Tomjanovich saw that and immediately rushed to break it off. Kermit Washington swung at him, thinking he was advancing towards him. The blow was so hard that Rudy's face had to be surgically repaired. He had a broken nose, fractured jaw and skull, fractured cheekbones, and concussion. Washington admitted his mistake and was fined $10,000. Number 2. Nikola Vucevic.
Vucevic with a catch. He'll turn, fire! He drilled it! Pure magic!
Nikola was on a train traveling for a road game with his team when suddenly it felt like the train was floating and everything was free-falling. Suddenly there was a loud crash and the train went off the track and crashed. He blacked out, but when he opened his eyes, all he could hear were screams, see glass shards, and smelled blood and steel. That accident took 44 lives, but thankfully, Nikola Vucevic wasn't one of them. He survived and recovered from that traumatic experience. Number 1. Lamar Odom.
Lamar on the spin, leads it off with a soul in his land.
Lamar Odom had a difficult childhood and saw drugs around him because his father was an addict. Years later, he himself turned to drugs and lost his way. Not only was he declared unfit to play, but also 3 years later, he suffered major consequences in 2015 when he suddenly collapsed. It turned out that he had had a kidney failure, 12 strokes, and 6 heart attacks all at once while in the coma. He recovered thankfully and is now seeking professional help. Knowing all this, I'm very thankful for my life, and I think you should be too. It's also amazing that these players survived these terrible incidents. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.